RidgeTec official tutorial video. Thank you for choosing RidgeTec. In this video, we're going to discuss how to get the most out of running your lookout camera in video mode. There are a ton of settings to use with your camera, which we detailed in a previous video about camera settings, but we'll go over the ones that pertain to video mode the most here. If you've seen our video about getting the most out of photo mode, parts of this video may seem familiar as much of the information applies to both modes. Your lookout camera can be triggered in three ways: by motion, by time-lapse, or by an SMS message when remote control is enabled. We don't recommend using remote control as it drains battery life much quicker, but the option is there should you need it. When the camera is triggered, regardless of how, it will wake up, capture an event, and then save the file on your SD card based on the settings you selected on the portal. If you were to insert and view the SD card on your PC, you would see your videos in the DCIM folder in a subfolder called 100 Media. The higher your video settings on the portal are, the bigger the file size will be, and the more points will be used when requested to upload a video to the portal. The camera will also take the first frame of the video and save it in a send folder on the SD card as a thumbnail. This thumbnail is what's sent to the portal when your camera connects to upload events, to appear in your gallery for you to select and request the full video of. We recommend using a 64GB SD card if you plan on capturing a lot of high-quality videos, as this way you shouldn't have to worry about running out of space. Now let's take a look at the settings that determine the quality of your video mode uploads. Video resolution determines the frame size of your video measured in pixels, or how wide the video will appear on your monitor or mobile device screen. A higher resolution gets you more detail and video clarity, but will result in a higher file size and point cost, and will use up more battery when requested and uploaded through the gallery. Note, the highest setting is the highest setting used by the camera hardware. The file size isn't capped for portal use, and the original file is always available on your SD card for viewing on your PC. However, the largest size may not be necessary for what you're trying to capture, as mid-quality videos should still be clear enough to see what's triggering your camera. Frame rate determines how well the camera will capture motion. This has virtually no effect on file size or point cost, and is a bit of a balancing act. When set lower, the camera can catch a sharper image, but you may notice some motion blur on moving objects or wildlife. When set higher, the image isn't quite as sharp, but motion will be smoother with a chance of being less blurry. We recommend using 15 frames per second at night for the best results, for a good balance between light and dark, but you may find a setting that works better for you through experimentation. If you're going to be primarily running your camera during the day, we recommend using 30 frames per second. Quality level controls the image quality for each frame of your video. This is a setting you'll want to experiment with to find out what's best for you, but keep in mind that the higher it's set, the more SD card space and pull points it will cost you. Video length and video sound are both rather self-explanatory. Just remember that the longer the video is, the larger the file will be, and the more points it will cost to request an upload. To recap, video resolution, quality level, and video length determine file size and point cost, while frame rate determines how clear the picture will be and how well motion is captured. RidgeTec's experts have found that the thumbnails from videos are compressed in a way that makes their point cost lower than photo mode's thumbnails at the same resolution. For this reason, you may have a better experience using video mode over photo mode. Now we're going to take a look at the Gallery tab and briefly talk about what to expect from file requests. We have a video on the channel that digs into the Gallery tab in much greater detail, so if you still have questions about the Gallery after this, you can check out that video as well as others about the My Cameras page tabs. In your gallery, you'll see thumbnails of your recorded videos laid out in a grid that you can customize with the columns and thumbs buttons at the top right. You'll be able to tell they're video thumbnails based on the green play button in the top right corner of each one. You can manage your thumbnails by using the wrench button to enter management mode, where you can delete items, request original or high-res max versions of photos if you're running in photo mode, or request videos captured by your camera. Make sure to use the right request action for the thumbnail you've selected. You can tell which requests are pending by the yellow hourglass icon that appears over the thumbnails, and when they're completed by the white play button that appears. You can also confirm that actions have been completed via mobile push notifications and on the Actions tab of the My Cameras page, where you can cancel any pending actions that have yet to go through, if necessary. So how long does it take for file requests to complete so you can view your files at your chosen quality settings in the gallery? This depends on when your camera is set to wake up and connect to either upload files or send its heartbeat information, which you can change in the wireless settings section of the Settings tab. You can also use remote control commands to wake up your camera from the portal to complete pending actions, but this uses a lot more battery power. Just remember that videos will typically take longer to upload than photos, as they have larger file sizes. You can check point costs firsthand by clicking a thumbnail and opening it up in the lightbox. At the bottom of the page, you'll see the point cost for the thumbnail of your video, and also what the point cost will be to request the video file from your camera's SD card. Video point costs have been implemented in a way that makes pricing fair for our users across each points tier. RidgeTec breaks even on these costs, so there's no gouging here. Keep in mind that thumbnails 90 days or older will be purged from your gallery. This 90-day purge does not directly affect files on your camera though, so you can view the original files from your SD card on your PC upon retrieving the card from your camera. Another setting that will help you get the most out of your camera is its wireless mode. This can be set one of two ways. Instant mode, during which the camera will wake up upon motion, capture an event, and immediately connect to the network to upload the thumbnail to the portal. And schedule mode, which uses time intervals and/or a set file limit to have the camera send a batch of thumbnails when it next contacts the server. It can take 5 to 45 seconds for your camera to connect each time it wakes up to do so, so if you're running in instant mode, your camera will be online using battery power after each video it records. In schedule mode, your camera will only connect at your selected time interval or file limit to upload a batch of thumbnails, so you would use less battery and have a better chance at catching the events you need. Traditionally, schedule mode was designed as a battery-saving feature, but has evolved into a useful surveillance option thanks to its 5, 10, and 15-minute intervals. This allows for near real-time communication with the server while maximizing footage. To recap, you can capture more important events in schedule mode because the camera isn't connecting to the server after each time it records video, as it would in instant mode. Activity suppression and quiet time are also good settings to use to manage your camera's battery life. Quiet time will determine how long your camera rests between recordings, and is the main method of slowing your camera down while running in schedule mode, while activity suppression will adjust quiet time on the fly to meet an average number of uploads per hour. Keep in mind that if activity suppression is on a lower setting, and quiet time is set higher, it could be difficult to capture important events. You can also use time-lapse to further control your camera's activity by setting a start and stop time for time-lapse, as well as how often the camera will wake up to record during this time. It may take you some good old-fashioned trial and error to find the best way to use these settings. Suppose you're running your camera in instant mode, monitoring a parking lot, and your signal is mediocre at best. You receive two videos, one of some guy running towards your car, and one of him running away. Later, you discover he busted a window and grabbed what he could, but you did not capture video of the actual crime. This is because your camera was uploading after the first video, since it was running in instant mode. Now, in the same situation, with your camera running in schedule mode with an interval of 5 minutes, with quiet time set to 0, you could now get a handful of captures within 5 minutes of the guy initially triggering the camera. This way, you'll see the entire event, possibly catching your new buddy smiling for the camera. Here's another example for why you would want to use schedule mode. Let's say 4 of the most majestic bucks that ever walked this earth wander past your camera, one after another, each taking about 5 seconds, which is also your set video length. That's about 20 seconds total, so if you're running in instant mode, you'll only catch the first buck because after him, your camera's going to be taking a timeout to connect to the server and send you a thumbnail. You want to see all 4 of these bucks in all their glory, so you'll want to be running in schedule mode. This way, you'll capture video of each one and you'll get the thumbnails in a batch at the designated time. Yet another way to maximize your experience is duty time. You can select what times of each day your camera is active or not, so for example, if you have a camera set up to watch over your backyard, and there's a lot of innocent activity during the day, such as children playing or someone doing yard work, you can use duty time to keep your camera from capturing events during the day, while it remains active at night to catch any trespassers. You might also like to employ time-lapse during the day, so you can monitor your yard without receiving tons of thumbnails. Just set a start and stop time, and a time interval for your camera to wake up and record, so if you have time-lapse set to run from, say, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., with 1-hour intervals, you'll only get 1 photo each hour during that time. Now that we've given you the ins and outs of video mode, you can use this knowledge to your advantage as you pick and choose your camera settings. As always, feel free to experiment to find out what works best for you. In the future, we'll have videos with tips for conserving battery life, switching SIM cards, and much more. Thanks for watching. For more information, please visit us online or contact us via the methods shown on screen.